Hey guys, kinggath here with some mod news. Today we've got some new add-on packs. We've got one add-on that came out a couple months ago and I missed it, and we've got a little bit of a patch delay to discuss. But of course, as always, before we get into the mod news, we've got to thank our patrons. You guys are awesome. You guys keep the lights on around here. Make sure that we're not dipping into our pockets to cover expenses that come up during development, all the web tools and web hosting we have to have all of the community stuff like the website and forums up. You guys are awesome, and I'm going to shout out a handful of you today. If you don't hear your name and you did sign up recently, don't worry, I'll get to you soon. Very soon, in fact, because of that delayed patch. So, huge shout out and thanks to Kratz, Crad, Mark Nesbitt, Zach, I'm trying to think of my elite speak here. Lazen, L4S3N, right? Did I get that right? Devorient, Devourient. I'm going to butcher something here. So maybe I've already done it twice. Let's see here. And then we've got J Jessica 20, Roy Chen, Aaron Longbottom, and KS. Thank you guys all. Thank you everybody who's contributed in other ways. Did see a few PayPal donations came in. You guys are awesome. It all goes to the same cause, which is making sure that we can keep making this mod bigger and better over time. I don't know when we're going to end. I'm just going to keep going until no one cares anymore, basically. So let's get to those mods that just came out. So the first one I'm going to cover is one that came out way back in May, and it just slipped under the radar because it didn't have the Sim Settlements 2 tag, and so I missed it, and then I missed it the following month just because the person who made it had told me about it, and I forgot to write it down in my notes. So huge apology to XC Versus for putting out Attack of the Lobotomites settlement location and city plan. So if you have seen the Attack of the Lobotomites mod that Wanamingo and the Bone Zone team put out back in April, added quite a bit of new content. This one ties in some of that content by creating a location that works as a settlement and has a big old city plan done by XV Versus, who's a long-standing, wonderful member of the Sim Settlements community. So go check out that if you are using Attack of the Lobotomites and SS2 together. All right, next up, we've got a little mod, one that if you're watching this, creator, I'm probably going to DM you to ask if I can incorporate this. This is interior snap points adjustments for SS2 by Mr. Manly Man. I think anybody who has ever watched me stream settlement building knows my distaste for my own project in the interior plots. I hate the snap points so much, and Mr. Manly Man has made some improvements to them. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to find out if we can just incorporate these changes into the base mod, because interior plots are the bane of my existence, and I would love to see those snap points improved. But in the meantime, you guys can go grab his mod out there that will make those adjustments for you. He's got two different versions of it. One of them that is called the Scorched Earth version, which probably makes heavier adjustments, and hopefully this will make interior plots a little more friendly to you. Next up, we've got one of the biggest building plan packs I have ever seen. I think this might be the most of a launch pack ever. There have definitely been some out there that have a crazy number, but this has 99 building plans at launch. Just nuts. This is the Baseline Plots Brotherhood. This is by Mac92, and it is a whole lot of Brotherhood themed stuff. It has got plots of all of the different plot types. It's got some of different sizes. There are 1x1s, 2x2s, interiors. I think there's even a 3x3 in here, and I believe his set goal was to create one of at least every class. I may be wrong on that, but just looking through this thing, it's so much. It looks like this is kind of a dream come true for Brotherhood fans. I know we've been talking about hoping that somebody would do something like this for the various factions, to see like a building plan pack sourced after each one, because then it would make it real easy, like if you wanted to do a military playthrough where you're siding with a particular faction. And now it exists. It finally exists. This is so cool to see. Go check out the Baseline Plots Brotherhood by Mac92. And then last but not least, we have a patch. This is, well, it's actually two patches. So we have two charity mods that we've done now in the past 2 years, myself, some settlements folks, and a lot of other people in the community. And in each of them, you end up getting a new companion character and some new equipment. Well, Choo Choo has created it's actually Choo Choo and XV have created a charity patch for each of them to work with SS2. I don't know why I called it a charity patch. There's a patch for the charity mod to work with SS2. And these basically do two major things. One is they create leader cards for the companion NPC so that you can easily make them a leader and they have the traits. And then second is that they allow the weapons and armor that you get from the charity mod to work with our supply system as donations. So if you decide you don't want to use them, you can donate them and turn them into supplies. So a small little thing, but the leader cards I think will be very cool. They will give them some nice bonuses so that those folks, if you're not using them, can run some cities for you. All right, so that covers the new add-on packs for this month. Now let's talk about the patch delay. So last Friday, I had intended to, well, just a couple of days ago, by the time you're watching this, I had intended on putting out a patch. We've got some really cool content for you guys. But unfortunately, one of the pieces of content required me to run an Xedit script to create a new plugin. And I thought it would take a few hours. It turns out that at the time I'm recording this, it has been running for 16 hours. This plugin that it's generating is going to end up being like hundreds of thousands of records. So did not anticipate this thing going to need entire days to run. And then we have to wait each time to test it, make sure it's good. And then if it doesn't work, I have to regen the whole plugin. So it's a massive thing. So basically the patch is on hold until this gets finished enough that we can test it and then make sure that the bugs are worked out. So my current projection is this will come out on Tuesday. So just a couple days after you're watching this video, but it will come out when it comes out because I think you guys are going to like this little extra toy we're adding, particularly for PC players. Of course, Xbox players will get some of the content as well, but this particular thing that I'm waiting on is a PC thing, and we will talk about it during the patch notes vid. But just to let you know, there is another patch incoming. I figured it ended up working out because, again, at the time of this recording, Fallout London just dropped. So you guys have plenty to keep you busy. Didn't need a patch this last Friday, but I'm going to get you on the next few days. Speaking of Fallout London, our intention is to make sure that SS2 is compatible with it so that it can work within those settlements. I'm sure we're going to need a patch at some point. So if you are using both mods together, definitely report bugs to our forums at simsettlements.com, and we will kind of gather all those together and start figuring out how we're going to patch this monster because Fallout London is a big boy. All right, guys, that does it for the mod news today. Take care and enjoy the mods.